Hey, look, everybody will not understand your dream. Everybody's not gonna, um, and everybody's not gonna protect your dream. Everybody's not gonna speak life into your dream. Everybody's not gonna um, support your dream or your plans, right? Or you might have a plan. You might have a business plan. You might have a just any type of anything upcoming that you really want to do, you know, um, that'll help further your, to help further your plan. Anything where like, you know, like I said, this really goes for anything, but it's anything, man. It's whether or not somebody thinks you're gonna win a basketball game, whether or not somebody thinks you can win a football game, whether or not somebody thinks you can cook something, whether or not somebody thinks you can do something in general, like, you know what I'm saying? Just in general. Could be something as small as, you know, whether or not you can, you know what I'm saying, fix the dent in your car yourself. You know what I'm saying? It goes down to the itty bitty, you know what I'm saying, to the micro level. And I know people say this a lot, right? And we know this, right? Everybody, we know this, but sometimes we need to hear it from somebody who feels the same way we feel. You know what I mean? But if you haven't heard it in a while, if you haven't heard it from somebody who cares in a while, if you haven't heard it from somebody who goes through what you go through in a while, let this be your time. Everybody's not gonna support it. Even people you're close to, everybody's not gonna support it. You know, sometimes people look at what you're doing and they take it the wrong way. You know, sometimes people think you're doing one thing, but you're doing a whole nother thing. That's the reality of it. I put out a short style video. The video was of a baby, right? And the baby got the baby got the bottle, got a bottle of milk from her dad, I believe. No, his dad, I believe. And he took off running, doing that little baby run. And his thing was he's going to go sit down and drink his bottle and probably go to sleep, right? Cool. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. A lot of people loved it, right? That was a big thing. It did numbers on YouTube, right? It did a lot of numbers. Instagram, it didn't do so good. But that's because people on Instagram aren't necessarily taking in information the same way. You know what I'm saying? But I kept going with it. I dropped another one. This is another voiceover style short. I dropped it early this morning. I stayed up last night and worked on it and really honed in on it. I don't know. I have things come to me. This channel is not specifically a comedy channel, but I'm the kind of person where I always got jokes. I always have jokes. Some might call it a trauma response. I don't know, but so I dropped it. And a lot of people had negative things to say in the comments on YouTube, to the point where I had to delete the comments. And the only reason I deleted those comments, the only reason I deleted them was so that narrative doesn't become the narrative of everybody watching the video. Because that's what happens with comments. You click on it, you go look in the comments and see how everybody else felt about it. First thing you see is something negative. Then that's going to be your narrative. And a lot of the times that'll be that way. Most people don't think by themselves. They're not their own person. Most people follow the flock. I'm pretty sure you've seen that with what's going on lately. You know what I'm saying? Most people are they kind of follow one, like whatever's louder, I'm going to follow that. You know what I'm saying? And it made me question the quality of the video. But I told myself, I said, look, just because I think something's funny doesn't mean it's necessarily funny, right? But also, and that's okay. Let's be realistic about it, right? But I still have another social platform. Let's see how it does on the other social platform. You get what I'm saying? Let's see what the story is there. Because that's a whole different platform, right? And that platform is Instagram, by the way. So my point is, and it kind of, like I said, it struck me down a little bit this morning. My first reaction was, do I need to take the video down? But as I woke up and really started to pay attention to it and look and see what was going on, it's like, well, first of all, it's got some plays to it, but also it's got some likes to it. And actually, the plays versus the that ratio is pretty much on par with most shorts. Most shorts, get about, somewhere around 50 to 100 per about 1,000 plays. At the low end, you might get about, for 1,000 plays, you might get about maybe 40, 50. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, this is on par. I just released a short that did a lot better. Well, you know what I mean? Which was the one with the baby, right? That the baby one kind of went viral, So yeah, but I can't allow myself to act in that mindset, to live in that energy, to just be like, oh, some people, everybody, my stuff's not funny, so I got to put it down. I have to look at everything, right? Because something's funny to somebody. Something's funny to somebody, man. Something's entertaining to somebody. This message will get to somebody. I'm learning to get my videos up, and I'm learning to get them to where they need to go. So hopefully, like I said, in time, that'll be the case. But you got to put in the work. I've been doing this for a few months. So I got to, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the leg in the game to where I'm like, man, I've been working and now I will tell you, I have been pushing, and it is difficult talking to seemingly nobody. It's very difficult. You sit here you feel like you're talking to yourself. You really do. And I will say it's tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, man, it's one of those things where you gotta stick it out and you gotta grind. Nothing, nothing comes free. I believe who was it? Kevin Gates that said, I believe it was Kevin Gates that said, if you want a microwave blessing, it ain't gonna happen. Basically meaning, if you want a quick out of nowhere blessing, it ain't gonna happen. It's just not. You have to get out there and go. You have to get out there and get cracking and get to it. Honestly, and I'm gonna be totally real. I believe in non-believers. I believe in people that I believe in non-believers. I believe in people that don't believe in me. I believe that they're here for a reason too, because a lot of the times you're pushed and you're moved to do something and really get cracking based off of the energy around you. It's either somebody hyping you up or somebody telling you can't do it. Those are the two types of people that really get you moving and motivated. And I believe in both, and I need both. You know what I mean? So luckily for me, I do have mostly the people that don't believe in me, that gotta see it to believe it kind of people, right? But I do have some people around me that are positive and like keep going, and also when you post this stuff and you get those laughs and those likes and all that, like it really makes you feel like you're doing something, I don't know. You wonder what makes you feel different from everybody else that's doing something really well. Like what makes you different than, the other famous people, your Kev on stages, your Tony Baker, your CPs, your, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that you watch, what makes you, now, obviously, skin in the game, right? Skin in the game. Nights of staying up and not going to sleep. Some of them have homeless stories where they didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Some comedians, some content creators. But a lot of the times it's skin in the game. It's a hustle. It's time that you've been doing something. You know what I'm saying? And that ends up being the thing that separates you from them. And if that's the case, that's perfect. That's what you want. If you can get it to be that way, then that's perfect. That's what you want. Because what that means is the only thing that's separating you from somebody who you look up to is time. And if you really want this, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to put in the time. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to do. You're going to put in the time. So I don't know, man. I think it's a blessing to have a skill that people regard you for, or that people notice you for, or like to see from you, or whatever. I think that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And I think it's a blessing to even be able to say, to get on here and talk about it like this. You know what I mean? I really do. But I don't know. I came on here to let you guys know that there are going to be people that are going to push back on what you got going on. They won't believe. You know what I mean? They're going to have negative things to say, negative sounds they're going to make when you talk about what you want to do, what your dreams are, whatever. The only thing that matters is whether or not you intend on performing and executing that dream or that plan or whatever. That's the only thing that matters. Everything else don't matter. Them not believing in your dream doesn't determine whether or not you perform it. Them not believing in your plans, them not caring about what you got going on, them not supporting you, that doesn't change it. What changes it is whether or not you do it. That's the only thing that changes it. It's whether or not you do it. If you don't do it, they were right. They were right. They won if you don't do it. That's that. They won. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. If you win or lose, let it be on your own time. Don't let them win. There's a reason why you think about this thing every day. You know what I mean? There's a reason why you think about this thing every day. There's a reason why you stay up watching it on YouTube and you research it and you're focused on it and you study it. There's a reason you do that. Some of you guys, some of us, suffer from certain mental health issues, right? Still have dreams. Still have dreams. Just don't let them turn into nightmares. It makes it even harder when you're trying to do this with anxiety. It makes it even harder when you're doing this with depression. It's even harder doing this with ADHD. It's even harder doing this with any type of like if you're living on the spectrum, right? The spectrum is a vast spectrum of all kind of different things. You know what I'm saying? And there's issues, and there's no particular name for every little thing because the variations are so intricate. But imagine that is your life, and you have a dream, and you're trying to, you know what I mean, get there. That's another thing holding you back, making it more difficult for you. OCD. Imagine that. And some of you might have it. The reason I'm putting this out, the reason I'm bringing this in is that people don't talk about a lot of the things that limit them, or a lot of the things that pull them down when they try to stand up, or the things that try to pull them down, right? The things that just make things more difficult. They just make things more difficult. Man, I really want to start my own business and make t-shirts online and all that type of stuff. Well, what's stopping you? Well, I got anxiety and I can't stop thinking about people not liking it, and it's paralyzing me from starting the business, right? That's different than you just have self-doubt a little bit. See, self-doubt is normal. But when you have anxiety, it can really be, it can stop you in your tracks and never allow you to do it. Your brain just won't, you get what I mean? And we're talking severe. We're not talking like just a bit anxious, because humans are at times anxious. We're talking about having anxiety. Anxiety is very limiting at times, and it's very hard to beat at times. It's a situation by situation basis. Situation by situation basis. Depression. If you could even make it out of the bed, congratulations. Of course, it does depend on how severe this depression is. But for those that suffer with depression, I respect, man, because it's very difficult to get out of bed and go do some of anything. Very difficult. So you have to have a want. You have to have a want to go do what you need. You have to have a want to go do, to just do the normal things in life. And a lot of people with depression don't have that normal want. And they can't seem to find it. They had it just a month ago, but it's gone now. Some of y'all got kids that are going through some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure the age group watching me. The demographic says, my demographic says mid-20s to mid to late 40s. Some of y'all have kids and maybe in middle school, right? Some of y'all got kids in high school. And you're trying to make sense of a lot of this stuff. Well, your kid has a thing they want to do in their life. And there are kids out there that are suffering from mental health issues, right? And they can't get to where they want to get to. I'm the kind of person where I really would like everybody to be able to do what they work hard to do. The things that you work hard to do and focus on, those are the things I believe God has ready for you. You know what I mean? It's sort of your path. Because that's what you focus on. That's what you want to do. What you go to school for. And for something to stand in your way could be debilitating. It could be something that gives you severe depression. It could be something that literally kills you. So I just want everybody to know that there will be things in the way. Some of y'all might call those things the devil, right? Some of y'all might call it an evil spirit, you know what I mean, a demon, whatever. But there will be things in front of you. I look at life like a basketball game. When you have the ball, and the directive is for you to go put that ball into the hoop to score. Just because you got the ball, that don't mean everybody gonna step to the side and walk out of bounds or hit the sideline and let you. Life ain't free throws. Life ain't about free throws. And life, when you get fouled, you just get fouled. If the ball pop out your hand, somebody else got it. That's it. You get fouled, you're not going to the 3-point line, or the free throw line rather. That's not where you're going. You don't get free throws. You don't get those. We don't get to have them. If we're lucky, we might get a layup if we're lucky. But generally, we shoot from half court. Generally, we're shooting from half court, and that's just what it is. It's just what it is, man. Wish I had something better to tell you. I do. That's just what it is, man. So there will be, in the road of life, there will be stop signs, red lights, traffic. There will be a collision on the shoulder. You'll even get into a collision. You might walk away from it, you might not. There's debris in the road, branches, things fly up and crack your windshield, all that, right? And the road of life. Life could be most things in life that you look at, you could use those for examples for life. You know what I mean? It's part of life. So, but I experience that from time to time, and I wanted to put this out there. I might even use this video to refer back to, for me, honestly. But it's good to talk about this when you're feeling it, not because it's a good idea. Maybe your viewers might want to see. Nah, it's good to talk about it when you're going through it. That's what we want. That's what we're missing. People actually feeling the things they're talking about, especially when you're talking to the people. I talk about mental health. I talk about being a father. I talk about being a black man. I talk about, I do, like I said, comedic skits and voiceovers and different things like that. I do a bunch of stuff. But what I'm aiming to do is say, hey, I understand what happens in life, but let's laugh. That's essentially what my calling, I believe. That's why I haven't made 7 to 10 different channels, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I wanted to get out there and say that to you this morning. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna try to post this soon, but I wanted to get out there and just say that, put this in the air, put it in the air, put it into the, out there into the world. I wanted you guys to hear this, see this. But I'll holler at y'all, man. I'll see y'all next time.